In other words, I see no problem with the Jews continuing to use the war material left behind by Gog several years into the millennium. I have a feeling that it will last just long enough, like the oil and flour of Elijah's widowed landlady, to transition Israel into a bright new tomorrow. In closing, I'd like to revisit a psalm by Asaph, who prays that the future enemies of Israel will suffer the same ugly fates as those who troubled her in the past.
Do not keep silent, O God. Do not hold your peace, and do not be still, O God. For behold, your enemies make a tumult, and those who hate you have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against your people, and consulted together against your sheltered ones.
There have been alliances against God's people before, but never on the scale of today's militant Islam.
They have said, Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be remembered no more, for they have consulted together with one consent.
In times past, the point of attacking Israel has invariably been run-of-the-mill nationalistic lust. The invader wanted its wealth or its lands. Its strategic location at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa has always made it a target. Or Israel just happened to be in the path of a ruler's grand territorial ambitions, as in the case of Alexander the Great. Even when Rome came in and bludgeoned the place within an inch of its life, twice within 70 years, the point of killing Jews was not merely killing Jews. It was putting down rebellion. The Romans just wanted their Pax Romana, their nice, obedient, profitable, low-maintenance, tax-paying empire. If the Gauls had behaved like the Jews, they would have gotten the same brutal treatment. But Islam is a different kind of beast. Muslims want to
cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel shall be remembered no more.
And that's their only motivation. They hate Yahweh, so they hate His people. They don't even know why. Asaph then gets down to specifics.
They form a confederacy against you, the tents of Edom,
Jordan,
and the Ishmaelites.
Read Egypt, the Sinai Peninsula. Note that according to Genesis 36:3, Esau, or Edom, married Ishmael's daughter. The two families go way back together.
Moab,
Jordan,
and the Hagarites.
An Aramean, read Syrian, confederation located in Jordan.
Gebel,
Byblos, that is Lebanon.
Ammon,
that's Jordan.
And Amalek,
Northern Sinai.
Philistia,
the Gaza Strip.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
Lebanon.
Assyria.
Syria and Iraq.
Also has joined with them, and they have helped the children of Lot.
That's Jordan. Today, Muslim territories, one and all. The psalmist now prays that they'll all meet with a bloody end.
Deal with them as with Midian, as with Sisera, as with Jabin at the brook of Kishon, who persisted at Endor, who became as refuge on the earth.
Asaph's example is the story of Deborah and Barak, as recorded in Judges 4 and 5, where the army of Jabin, the king of the Canaanites, was wiped out to the last man, 900 chariots, all toast. Sisera, the commander, fled the scene and hid with a lady named Jael, who gave him a nice big glass of milk, made him all cozy under a warm blankie until he fell asleep, and then hammered a tent peg through his skull. Get the picture?
Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeeb. Yes, all their princes like Zebah and Zalmunna, who said, Let us take for ourselves the pastures of God for a possession.
Oreb and Zeeb were Midianite princes whose vast army, described in Judges 7:12 as numerous as locusts, with innumerable camels, later clarified as a force of 135,000 strong, were routed by Gideon's little 300-man commando force, with a little bit of help from Yahweh. Oreb and Zeeb lost their heads over the matter, literally. Judges 8 continues the saga. The Midianite kings Zebah and Zalmunna, now down to their last 15,000 troops, were pursued through the countryside by Gideon's little band. Gideon personally put them to the sword and, in a move prophetic as it is ironic, took the ornaments that were hung around the necks of the Midianites' camels. Crescent moons, the very Islamic symbol under which the hordes of Magog will march to their similar doom.
O my God, make them like the whirling dust, like the chaff before the wind, as the fire burns the woods, as the flame sets the mountains on fire. So pursue them with your tempest, and frighten them with your storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek your name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and dismayed forever. Yes, let them be put to shame and perish, that they may know that you, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the Most High over the earth. Psalm 83.
Notice how closely the psalmist's description of the battle, whirling dust, fire and flame, tempest and storm, parallels Ezekiel's play-by-play account of the Battle of Magog. And notice that Asaph really isn't praying for their conversion here. He wants these armies of Satan to realize before they die that they backed the wrong God. The Most High over all the earth has a name, and it's not Allah, it's Yahweh.